Hey everyone, welcome to another class with me, Stephanie, here at Linguistiko. This is the networking class. So we're going to be talking about what networking is, how to do it, what the benefits are, what it means to you if you network, and we're going to talk about why it's important in this day and age. I'm all about networking. All about means I'm all for it. I love doing it. I think it's great. I think it's important. And especially if you want to go places in life, like you just can't not network. That's the double negative. It means you have to network. You really do. If you want to get into, I don't know, a good college, if you want to get into, what is it called? If you want to get a better job, if you want to become a manager, if you want to travel to a foreign country, in English we say it's all about who you know. What that means is that if you don't network, if you don't know anybody, and what's more importantly, if nobody knows you, then good luck, because you are one person fighting against all the rest. Everybody is your competition. And if you have nobody on your side to say, oh yeah, I know Stephanie, hire her, she is so reliable. If you don't have somebody to do that for you, or say, let's say you want to go to Germany, but you don't know anybody, but that's your dream. It's very helpful for you to know somebody who has friends in Germany, because they can say, go stay with my friends. They'll take care of you. That's what networking is all about. And this is very important. It's not just about being social. It's about being purposefully social. You don't have to be a social butterfly to be great at networking, or for networking to be important. I mean, there are people who are social butterflies, but they don't understand the importance of networking. They talk to everybody about nothing, about the game, about the food, about the party, whatever. They talk to everybody, but then at the end of the day, they're still not going anywhere. And then there are the people who are not really good at talking to people, but they purposefully network and they find their way to new places. Hi, Simon. There's a bug. Hello, Simon? I don't hear you. Hi, Diana.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Welcome to class.
Thank you.
So this is the networking class. We are going to talk about what networking is, how to do it, how to use it effectively, why it's important, etc. And in the beginning, I'm going to kind of give a presentation, and we are all going to talk. This is a conversation class. Simon, are you there? Do you hear me? I had a class with him earlier, so I don't know what's going on now. Anyhow, there are 4 people enrolled in the class, and I want to wait a few more minutes before I start talking about this. But Diana, let's just talk about this before I give my presentation. What does networking mean to you?
Networking is practice with maybe for connect people and person in business or something, no?
Good. Okay. Okay. Carlos, welcome. Welcome to class. I love that everybody is showing up pretty much on time. This is the best we've ever done. Good job, you guys. I'm proud of you. Okay,
Awesome.
so Carlos, this is the networking class. We are going to talk about what networking is, why it's important, etc. So as we are waiting for the last student to join, tell me, what does networking mean to you? Carlos.
And sorry, what is your question?
Yes, what does networking mean to you? What do you think networking is?
It's about in a meeting.
Uh-huh.
Uh, uh, you are new and in the middle.
Uh-huh.
So you uh, one moment, my dog.
Okay, okay. Well, I think that we've waited plenty of time, so I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my ideas about networking, and this is to generate a conversation. So what I'm going to ask is for everybody to mute their microphones. So please mute your microphones while I share, and
I'm done.
then, okay, Carlos. Carlos, please mute your microphone while I share some ideas, and then I'm going to ask for feedback. I'm going to ask you guys to share your opinions. Great. Okay, so you guys have your microphones muted. I'm going to talk a little bit faster now, just because when I am passionate about something, when I have a lot of ideas, I start talking faster. So I hope you guys understand me. I will try not to go too fast, but here we go. Okay, so networking. Well, let me tell Simon. Hey, Simon. Are you there? Okay. Well, Simon, if you can hear me, please keep your microphone on mute for right now because I'm going to share something with the class and then we are going to have a discussion. Okay, so ever since I was young, in high school even, I would always say it's all about who you know. Who you know, depending on who you know, that'll help you get places in life. And I actually learned that very early because I was always a good student. I just, it never appealed to me to be rebellious or to be a troublemaker or to get bad grades. I studied hard, and so what would happen was I gained the trust of my teachers. And my teachers, since they trusted me, they knew that I didn't lie, that I was responsible. They would give me responsibilities. So they would say, Stephanie, like during class, can you leave and go get this for me? I need this favor, please. And they would like give me the keys to their car or something and say, go get this out of my car or whatever it is. And you can't do that to any person, right? And when I was younger, I just thought, um, you know, that's fine. I'm responsible. I didn't think there was anything weird about it, but now as an adult, I think about it and I'm like, wow, you know, you really have to have trust with somebody to do that. So anyhow, I learned from a young age that when you gain a person's trust, they really help you. And then other examples are if you want to go to a certain college or university in the United States, let's say a prestigious one, you need recommendations. You can't just say, I want to go. Even if you're a foreign student that wants to go to a university from in the United States, you still need recommendations, and the recommendations have to come from people that are well known in their field, that are also, what's the word, respected. And if you don't have this, it's kind of like good luck. You're not going to make it in because without connections, you're one person fighting against all the rest. And that's why it's so important to have connections. Oh, he's having problems with his internet. Sorry, I'm going to write that's okay. And that was on cap locks. That's okay. Okay. So anyhow, you're one person fighting against all the rest. And I am so passionate about networking, and I didn't even realize this until a little while ago, but I always know, you know, to get somewhere in life, it's all about who you know. If you want to be an amazing painter, if you want to be a singer, if you want to be even something just like a doctor or a lawyer, it's all about who you know. You have to make friends with the people who are already there, who are already doing what you want to do. Because then they can say, oh yeah, Diana, she's that girl that has a really cool personality and she's trustworthy. Yeah, hire her. And then Diana, that opens the door for you to get the job that you want. Or they can say, Carlos, he is so creative. I've been working with him. He's been my assistant for 2 years. Hire him. I guarantee that you will not be disappointed. So when we network and we gain other people's trust in an honest way, then it really helps us to go places in life because we work with the people that are already there, and they take us a little farther, and then we go a little farther, and then it just, you can keep moving up. And so a lot of people, wait, let me start over. Networking, if you really want to, like, I think, make it in an honest way, you have to be sincere. It's like if you're just using somebody because they have a lot of money or they have a position that you want, they're going to realize it. And my camera just got kind of messed up. I hope you guys see me okay. But people do realize it, and they see through it. So with networking, it's really important to be transparent, and so that people can know that, wow, you're sincere, you really want their trust, and you're trustworthy, and then everything just works out. So basically, like, that's kind of how I feel about networking. And there are many ways of networking. You know, you can join clubs where there's like business groups where, you know, they have businesses represented from all areas of the city, from whatever city you're living in. Those are certain networks. But then you also have social networks like Facebook, LinkedIn, and all of the social networks. Those are good for networking as well. But I have an article that we aren't going to read, but I'm going to pull ideas out of it and ask you guys what you think. So now I want to give everybody a chance to talk. Sorry, let me write back to Simon. Do you hear me? So I want to give everybody a chance to talk. And what I want you to think about is, do you network? Are you one of the people that... Oh, I don't know what to say to him. He can't hear me. Okay. But I have to continue with the class, so hopefully that can get solved. But anyhow, so I want to ask you guys, do you network? How do you network? Has it helped you in the past to get a certain job, or to, I don't know, avoid a situation or meet somebody? I mean, it's important to network if, like, with your boss and your boss's friends, if you want to become a manager, so many things. So Diana, can you please share with all of us about your experiences? So I'm going to give you the floor. What this means is take it. So you talk, and you keep talking, and you keep sharing with us, just like I shared with you all, okay? So tell us your experiences with networking. Has it helped you? What do you do? Etc. Okay?
Okay. I think that always you need a recommendation for something, and definitely in your school and or in your college, you know people that in the future can maybe could be help for something. And in my life, obviously, I have recommendations for a new job, for a new business, especially people that I know it in my college, and this is maybe my experience for about networking.
Mm-hmm. So has knowing anybody in particular ever helped you get a job that you wanted to get, or get something that you were hoping to get?
Yes, the principal of my college recommended me for my first job, and my boss of this job recommended for my next job, and
Wow, good job.
yeah, and then um, he is my mentor for my own business, and it's good.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, that is fantastic. Well, Diana, congratulations. That makes me so happy to hear because this is something I said before you guys arrived, that there are people who just don't network and they don't know how to network. But even if you try to help them and show them, it's like they see no value in it. They see it as kind of like a waste of time, even. And I am just such a big supporter of networking. And so I know when we network, we have success. And so you don't know how happy I am for you that the principal was able to help you get a job and then your boss helped you get the next job. Just keep doing that because that's what being human is all about. It's about helping each other. So networking is kind of like the modern way of saying helping each other. So thank you so much for sharing that. I have some more questions in a second, but let's go to Carlos. So Carlos, same thing. Do you network? Has it helped you? Share with us some things about your experiences with it.
And the first is I don't like receive order and and about other people with me. So and I have my and I am my 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 boss
Mm-hmm.
and 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 the others works and I just last 2 months in every word because uh, uh, I am very bad when I receive orders.
Oh, when you receive?
Yeah, receive orders.
Oh, okay, that's why. I'm going to have to ask you to explain it a little more because I didn't understand. And then I realized you were saying receive. So you were talking about your job, but I'm not exactly sure what you were saying.
Okay. uh, I am my own boss.
Oh, okay, you are your own boss.
Yeah,
Okay, so that means that you own your own business, just like Diana.
yeah.
Okay.
And because I don't like receive orders.
Oh, okay. Me too. I mean, me either. Me either. I mean,
So
I'm like you because I don't like receiving orders either.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I have maybe 2 years with my company about uh, video and
Oh,
photography,
good.
and
Good.
yes, yeah, that is me.
Okay. Cool. Well, congratulations on having your own business. That is fantastic. Now let me ask Simon. Simon, do you hear us now? I think that he still doesn't hear us. Okay, so anyhow, now let me share a little bit from this article. Give me 1 second. Oh, no way. Okay. Um, so it says, why is networking important? I'll read a little bit, that way it can generate the conversation. It says, it's simple. Knowing the right people can get you places that you might not reach otherwise. Of all the areas where networking can help you, the most important are probably getting new business, finding a job, and having relationships with key people who can help you out in ways you can't predict yet. Networking opens up new opportunities for you. Particularly in the case of job hunting, especially in this extremely competitive market. Networking can be the difference between scoring a job or not. Okay, so Diana, it says, particularly in the case of job hunting, especially in this extremely competitive market. Tell me, why is the market, like not just the market where you live or where I live or the United States, the worldwide market, why is it so competitive?
Um, okay, is the market of about the world or some or yeah or
Yeah, the world market,
yeah
it's just everybody that is a
yeah
working human being, and it says that it's very competitive. That means it's like difficult to get work because you are maybe an artist, but there are thousands of other artists.
yeah.
So keep explaining. Why is the world market so competitive right now?
It's because all people have information about all, and you can find people to do it something in a small towns or cities or big cities um, for in internet.
Mm-hmm.
This is the question, or is another question?
No, you're kind of answering it. We're getting there.
Yeah,
So
like
again, my question is, why is the world market so competitive? So let me think if I have a better way to put that. Hmm. There's like worldwide competition. Does this make sense? So let me give you an example because there are many reasons why the world market is so competitive. Uh, First of all, it's competitive because people are not restricted to their location. For example, before the internet existed, before airplanes existed, if you wanted to find work in New York, well, you just have to live there and you're only competing with other people in New York. Now, what happens is you're not just competing with people in New York. You're competing with people in India. You're competing with people in South America. You're competing with people in California. And there will always be somebody who will do the same job for less money. So that's another reason why the world market is so competitive, because it's like you have to think about, okay, how much can I charge, because there's always somebody who will do it for less. So it's like you really have to be wanted. People have to want you, and they have to be willing to pay what you want for you to have a business. Otherwise, you lose the competition. So the fact that we are now like a global economy, a global market, we have the internet, people can say, no, I don't like anybody in this city, but I got a job application from a guy in Italy, I'll take him. So that's another example of why is this making sense? Why everything is so competitive?
yes, is maybe no. It's about the social networking maybe, and
Mm-hmm.
and especially if you have no if you search different in different networking websites or something, you can offer your products or your talent. Um, mm, Usually is the yes, I know.
It's a difficult question.
Yeah, yeah. But
Okay, well,
for me, it's
another.
maybe about the internet,
Mm-hmm.
because you can do it all of you want. You can write about or something and do a blog or you can have your website. Yes, and yeah.
Exactly. And let's say, for example, Carlos is a photographer and graphic designer. Let's say that he wants to get a job, but he has a portfolio that is one where you open it up and you get to look at his pictures, but he doesn't have a website and he doesn't have an online portfolio. So let's say he wants to get a job and he says, okay, I have a portfolio. If you do the interview with me, like I can send you my work. But then somebody else applies and says, I have an online portfolio, just click here and you can see my work. The people that are hiring are like, we don't have time for somebody to come in and show us a portfolio. You know, they're going to want to just click and say, oh, wow, we like this. Okay, that guy's hired. So that's what they mean when they say it's extremely competitive. You have to be original, you have to work hard, you have to, the market is so competitive. And that's why networking is so important, because in this example that I gave of Carlos, maybe Carlos was good friends with the boss's brother. And so the boss's brother can say, wait, wait, wait. Look at Carlos's portfolio. Have him come in and show you, because I'm telling you, his work is amazing. Okay, so then that's where networking comes in. So you knew the boss's brother, and that's how you got your foot in the door. That's what we say in English. When you are able to get an opportunity, you get your foot in the door, and you're like, okay, this opportunity is mine. But it's like sometimes you have to know somebody to get your foot in the door. So, Carlos, did you understand that example that I gave of you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good.
But
Good.
I am
Okay.
I am one website.
You do have a website?
Yeah,
Good, because you are working in a very competitive market.
yeah, I know.
Okay,
Sorry for the
so
interruption, but I can hear you now.
yay, thank you. I'm so glad, and I'm glad you tried hard. So I'm going to come back to you, Simon, in a little bit. Okay,
Okay.
Carlos. Carlos, so tell me, you do photography and graphic design, I know because we've talked about this. Tell me about some of the competition in graphic design and photography. In your industry, tell me about some of that competition. What is it like?
My opinion,
What?
mi opinión.
Yes. Or like how do you stand above your competition? What do you do to be noticed, to to be original so that you can compete with all the other thousands of people that are graphic designers and photographers?
I got it. And every company uh, need one community manager,
Mm-hmm.
and and he is responsible
Uh-huh.
about the social network,
Uh-huh.
uh, Facebook, Twitter, and
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, and every people can see my portfolio,
Uh-huh.
my pictures, my designs, and uh, my art. I don't know, and and with the social network is more easy uh, community with the other people, because the internet uh, is big in the world.
Good. Okay. So what you are saying is that you make your work accessible to people. You put it out there on the internet, you have your website, and you communicate well with other people.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So I think something is going wrong with the Google Hangout pictures, because normally the person who is talking, their picture appears, but right now I see Simon. Do you guys see Simon? Huh. Okay, anyways, I'm going to continue now with the article, and then Simon, I'll go to you and ask some questions. Okay. So it says, ultimately, it's all about the relationships. The ones you can build through networking are invaluable. When times are tough, a client will leave you, but a friend won't. So, Simon, my question for you is, what does this mean? When times are tough, a client will leave you, but a friend won't. What does this mean, and how does it relate to networking?
Excuse me, can you repeat the question once again?
Yes, no problem. So
Okay.
this says, when times are tough, a
Yes.
client will leave you, but a friend won't. So, what does this mean, and how does it relate to marketing?
Okay. First of all, I'm so happy to be here with you all. And I wanna answer the question by saying that firstly, you will need to make your client as part of your business. You will need to know that a client or customer is a person that needs a value. So you will need to appreciate him, give the really value he deserves, and make him a part of your company.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Good. Good. Okay. So, Diana, do you have anything to add to this?
Sorry?
Do you have anything to add to this, to his response?
Sorry, I can understand.
¿Hay alguien afuera?
It's okay. Carlos, can you please mute your microphone? If we're not talking, let's all mute our microphones so there's less noise. Okay, so Diana,
Yeah.
it says, when times are tough, a client will leave you, but a friend won't. So how does this relate to marketing? What does this mean?
No, sorry, I don't know. I don't have idea.
Okay, okay, that's okay. I will share. Okay, so go
Okay.
ahead and mute your microphone while I share. Okay, so this means exactly what Simon said, that basically when times get tough, clients, if all they ever were was a client, somebody who just happened to buy something at your store or from your business or bought your service, and you never really treated them like a friend, when they don't have a lot of money, they just won't come to you anymore. Or if they have a better option, if they meet somebody who does it for cheaper, then they'll say, well, I never really, Carlos, he always treated me like a client, not really a friend, so I'll just go with the guy that does it for less money. But what happens is, like Simon said, when you treat people like a friend, when you show them that they have value to you, that they are not just consuming your service or consuming your product, that they are actually an important part of your business, when they feel like that, it doesn't matter if somebody charges less than Carlos, they're going to say, no, Carlos is my friend. I want to support his business. And that is how you can get loyal clients and loyal customers. So I'm going to keep going. It says how to get started. Practice, practice, practice. If you've never done it before, networking can be an intimidating endeavor. The only way to become an expert networker is to practice. The more you do it, the better you get. To get started, Business Network International suggests first sitting down with a guidebook and learning the basics. You should also participate in a networking group. So there are different kinds of networking groups. There are casual contact networks. These are networking events or industry mixers where you meet people, like job fairs. You meet people that work in your community in different industries. Then there are knowledge networks. These are professional associations of people that it's kind of like a club that they make. Then there is strong contact networks, groups that meet frequently specifically to build professional relationships like those run by BNI. So for example, my brother-in-law used to be a part of a strong contact network group, and they would meet once a week, and they would have like one person from every industry represented, or a couple people. So he was representing the photographers because he was a photographer. Then they would have somebody like in the food industry, and all the industries, they would have representatives that would meet. And they were representatives not just of that industry, but of the location, the city where they lived. And then, of course, online networks, professional social media services such as LinkedIn. So my next question for you guys is, I'm sure we all have some kind of social network, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or something like that. So what I want to know is, when you guys post something, are you posting as yourself, just like, I don't care who sees this, this is me, this is who I am? Or in the back of your mind, are you thinking, my future boss could read this, or the mother of my future spouse could see this? Does that stuff ever cross your mind? Like, just that networking, like, I better present a professional image because you never know who's going to see this and who could say, oh, wow, Simon, he looks like he would be great at, whatever your profession is. Sorry, I forgot. So, Simon, does this question make sense, or do I need to repeat it? Are you there, Simon? Okay, maybe he doesn't hear me. Oh, no,
Yes, I
yes,
could
yes,
hear
I
you.
want. Oh, okay.
I don't know. Yes, all those things that you have said, they make sense. Okay, I wanna say that it's very important to take into account all those things that you are posting on the internet,
Mhm.
because they all count. So if you are gonna post something, you will need to know if I don't know if I got a stuck a motto on my mind, but as I always say that it's very important thinking before, or you will need to think and then speak, or you
Yes,
will need to
thinking
think
before
and
you
then
speak.
yeah. So whatever thing you are gonna write, think before you are doing this, because maybe you will regret what you are doing or what you
Mhm.
did. So that's what I mean.
Exactly. Okay, so Diana, your turn now. Um, what do you think about networking and Facebook, for example? Facebook or Twitter, Instagram. When you post something on one of those social media groups, do you ever think about the people that could possibly see it in the future and how that could make them think about you?
Sure, you need to think about it before you before you post, because okay, Facebook is more social, but Twitter is maybe for both things, business and personal opinions as well. But you need to think about it really, because is especially if you talk about maybe about persons, or about different things that could be affect another people, another brand, or another company. And yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's very
Good. Good. I like your response. Very complete. Good. Okay, I'm going to come over here to Carlos now. So, Carlos, we are going to take this a little bit further, and my question for you is, if somebody posts on Facebook, a rant. A rant is like a long paragraph of a complaint. Like, I hate my mom. She is in all of my business and she always asks me where I'm at, and I'm 30 years old. I don't need my mom checking up on me every single day. And if they write all of this and then they use some profanity and cuss words and stuff like that, do you think that oh, that's fine because it's Facebook, or would you have some advice for that person?
I think that uh, whatever she is on Facebook or the others uh, social network uh, is very personal uh, for every person.
Mm-hmm.
But we need now that is important. We we as we as follows and that uh, that post is not important for the other person,
Mm-hmm.
and because it's not positive for,
Because it's not positive?
yeah, positive for the other people.
Yes. Good, very good. Okay, so I would like to add something to those responses. Very good, everyone. I see Facebook and Twitter and Instagram as kind of like an extension of who we are, and they say everything is public on the internet. It doesn't matter if you put it on private settings or not. I mean, hackers are able to get into your private computer. So really anything that's online, you have to know that anybody can see it at any time. So with that said, I do feel that if people do things like that, if they post, I don't know, racy pictures, racy means inappropriate, if they post kind of inappropriate pictures, or if they make rude comments or anything, I think that a lot of those people are fine with it just because they're like, well, it's my Facebook, who cares? But they don't realize how big networking is, and that somebody that maybe was thinking of giving you an awesome job saw that you wrote that paragraph about your mom and says, oh wait, if that's how she responds to her mother, then maybe I'll look for somebody else for the job. So I mean, that's even happened with me. Like I look for somebody to be an assistant to help me with something, and then I see some things that they post on Facebook, and I was like, oh, I was going to ask her to be my assistant, and I'm like, oh, I don't think I'll ask her anymore because I don't like what she's writing. And so for me, it's incredibly important to be professional at all times. I mean, the only times I think we can like let it go is when we're behind closed doors with our friends and our family, because those people understand us and love us, and they understand our humor and a lot of things. But when it's public, then I try to be as professional as possible, and that's helped me a lot, to get to a lot of things in life and accomplish a lot of things that I've wanted to accomplish. An example that I gave before you guys appeared in the class was, for example, if you ever want to travel to Germany, for example, but you don't know anybody in Germany, if you have a good connection with somebody through networking that knows people in Germany, they can say, wait, that's okay, go to Germany because I have friends there. They'll take care of you because they trust me, and I'll tell them that they can trust you. And it's like, wow. So then all of a sudden, what was impossible became possible. And that's like the same thing here when I came to Argentina. I was like, I don't know anybody there, but because of who I was, my mom, the people that she knows here, she had no problem recommending that I go live with them and stay with them, because it's not like I was a problem child. I wasn't rebellious and rude. If I had been, maybe she wouldn't have said, oh, go stay with these people. Maybe she would have been more reserved. Anyhow, I'm going to keep going. And I think this article has some really interesting things, and we will talk a little bit more about it. So it says, be visible. You won't be able to network if you're not visible. If people don't know who you are, you can't start building those important relationships. Many small business owners are so focused on the day-to-day of their business that they forget about actively networking. Meisner comments, be visible. Networking is a contact sport. You have to get out and connect with people, he says. So, Diana, let me start with you. Since you have your own business, tell me a couple things that you do to actively network so that you can meet the right people. Diana?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Um, could you repeat, please, that?
Yes.
Yeah, kindly.
So tell me a couple things that you do to network for your business so that your business grows and so that you meet the right people.
Okay, I think it's kind of this. Okay, um, the the next year, I was in event for women entrepreneurs and know different mentors and investors. Is this the question or is something?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you're
Okay.
going in the right direction.
Okay. Okay. And I start to know clients or in other countries. And also I have a good ideas for grow up my business about people that know the technological business or internet business. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Good. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to read on the next part and then I will ask another question to someone else. So it says, build solid relationships. Trust is key to networking, says Meisner. You have to cultivate real, deep relationships with your contacts before you can ask them for a favor or expect them to send you business. It takes time for people to have confidence. If you have confidence in you and have a relationship with you. You have to invest in them, he continues. Okay, so Carlos. So he says that you have to cultivate real deep relationships with your contacts before you can ask them for a favor. So tell me why this is important.
And
Why is it important to build a deep relationship before asking for a favor?
favor de favorito.
No, de favor. Pedir
Okay.
un favor.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So why do you have to build a deep relationship before asking for a favor?
And it's is it important because because you need how is that person if uh, intro introduce you know and como digo esto One moment.
Okay, no problem. Are you searching for a word?
Yeah.
What's the word? Tell me in Spanish.
Hacer una introducción con la persona.
To make an introduction or to present, introduce.
Yeah. Yeah. Introduce the. Uh, holy shit.
Don't worry, you're doing fine. So again, the question is, why do we have to have solid relationships before asking for a favor?
Can I take
Yeah,
the
I
floor?
know what is the question, but
Okay, well, while you formulate your idea, let's ask Simon if he has any ideas about this, okay?
okay.
Simon, go ahead.
Okay, you are thinking about feasible business. So, what you need to do is to build a relationship so as you make your customer feel better because if you ask him a favor before building a relationship, he will feel that you are using him. So I will advise everybody who owns a business that the most important thing that a person can do is to build a good relationship with his customers. Yeah, their customers. Yeah. Can you
Uh-huh.
hear me well? Or because I think there are echoes.
Oh, yes, I agree. Okay, just one second.
Yes.
I have to manually change this because I wasn't this one. Do you guys see me big now? Before was I small?
Hello.
No? Okay, never mind. Anyhow, what I was going to say is, yes, that's important. Basically, people feel used. You know, you can tell when somebody is
Yes.
using you. So it's important to be honest and transparent and to build a relationship before asking. Because if you just
Yes,
meet
totally.
somebody, so like Carlos, let's say I'm gonna ask you a different question, Carlos. Carlos, you're a photographer. Let's say that I just meet you and I say, "Oh, you're a photographer. I'm getting married. Can you take pictures of my wedding? I don't have very much money, but you're such a nice guy. I know you'll do it for free." Like, what if I said that to you? How would that make you feel?
Well,
She is crazy.
Exactly. I'd be crazy, right? And would that make you, and like, what if I said it with a smile, like, "Oh, but Carlos, you're so good at photography and you're so nice, and I really can't pay you. I can't afford it. I'm so sorry, but can you please do this favor?" And I just met you, right? So how would that
Yeah.
make you feel?
Uh, she needs to go to the doctor.
I need to go to the doctor. And okay, so what would you tell me? Being the professional that you are, what would you tell me?
Excuse me.
I said, being the professional that you are, what would you tell me if I asked you that? How would you respond? What would you say?
Uh, and I will need that she conseguir
To
You need to
get?
hire somebody else.
to get me uh, two wedding more.
Oh, wow, that's a good proposition.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, now I'm going to ask Diana the same question. Thank you, Carlos. Diana, you told me that you like the fashion industry and designing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what if I said, let's pretend we just met. We just met. And I say, "Oh, Diana, you are so stylish. I love your style. And I've really been wanting to make myself a skirt that's really stylish, but I just don't know how. But I know you could make me an awesome skirt. Could you please make me a skirt? Because I don't know how to do it, but I can't afford to pay you. But it would be such a great favor. I would really appreciate it." So if I said that, what would you tell me?
Um, okay. Well, um, I can recommend it for other person maybe could be get the scarf for a few money or for yeah, because one scarf is quite difficult when you produce in maybe 100 or miles, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Simon, is there anything you want to add? If I did the same thing to you, how would you treat me? What would you say?
Okay, maybe I will feel that this is an unfair issue, and maybe I wouldn't say anything rude, but I will feel like a donkey.
Yes, right? For me, if somebody were to do that to me, I would say, I'm so sorry. I can't accept that. I can't accept that because this is my business. This is how I make a living, and I don't have enough time. I'm already very busy as it is. And so sometimes people even ask me, for discounts on the things that I do or whatever, and I say, really, I want to, but these are my prices and I can't go any lower because I have so much work to do. So it's like, and that just filters out the people that really appreciate you and are trying to use you. So anyhow, now the question changes. What if I've been your best friend for 3 years? What if I've been your best friend for 3 years and I say, Carlos, you're the only photographer that I know, and you're my best friend, and I'm getting married, and I don't have anybody to take my pictures. Would you mind just taking a few pictures just so I can remember my special day? Would you be able to do that for me? How would you respond, Carlos?
It's very funny because I have uh, this Saturday and one wedding with my friends,
Uh-huh.
and I need red. You is her wedding.
You need to take photographs of her wedding?
Yeah. So I I I said,
Uh-huh.
and she that uh, no sería
Uh-huh.
uh,
That she wouldn't
uh,
be?
so expenses.
Oh, so you gave her a good discount.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, see, that's what happens when you have a relationship with somebody. They help you. They help you because you help them. Thank you, Carlos. So, Diana, if I said, Diana, I really admire your work, and let's pretend we've been friends for 3 years. I really admire your work, and you're my best friend, and I really want to give a handmade dress to my mom, but I don't know how to make it. Could you help me? Could you help me make that? Because I really want to give that gift to my mom. How would you respond to that?
Okay, if you are my friend and I have enough time, I can say, okay, let me do it for maybe in a couple hours we can do it or
Ye-
something. Yeah,
Good. Thank
right.
you. Thank you.
Perfect.
Very
Yeah.
kind. Okay, Simon. And what if I did the same to you? I said, hey, I need a favor. And I asked you for a favor, and we've been friends for a long time. Tell me again what you work as, what you do.
Okay, I work as a secretary with my father, but I'm studying international business.
Yes, okay, so what if I asked you for advice on some international business, but advice where I would need to consult with you for like 5 hours, like 5 hours of your
Okay,
time? So how would you, if I'm your friend and I need this favor and I ask you, how would you respond?
okay, for sure, I will do it for you because you're my friend.
Yes, very good. Simple answer. So basically, the point of today's class is for us to talk about networking and to know that it is so valuable to be a good person, to work hard, and to network with other people who are good people and work hard. That way, we all help each other to get to the places that we want to go. So that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Feel free to leave feedback for me or about this class. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys hopefully in my next class. I give another one in 2 hours if you are interested, and I also give private classes. So please email or write me. By the way, Simon, I tried to send you a message and I couldn't find your profile. But anyhow, so send me a message and I'll reply to you.
Really? Okay, I'll do it.
Yes, cool. Okay,
Where do
well,
I have to
thank
send you
you.
a message?
Oh, to me, to my profile.
Okay, you look kind of tired, so have a rest.
Okay. Okay, thank you, everybody, and bye-bye.
Bye bye, see ya. See you around.